Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Friday. We're sanding over here, and it's cold. It is not a warm day here. Let me show you. It's 63 degrees in the garage right now. This is Florida. Now, I get that a lot of you are in places where it's snowing and shit, but it's 63 degrees here with 35% humidity. Not a good day to paint here. And it's windy. But it's sunny, which is, you know, says something. Beautiful day. It's for us, it's cold. If you're not used to it, it's got some bite to it with that wind. But anyway, what we're doing here, Big Ron, I just got home. Big Ron has been block sanding on the roof. As you guys saw yesterday, Big Ron primed this with 2 coats of U-Pole high build primer in black. And so now what we're going to do is just block this thing out, hit the imperfections that we see, and touch them up with a little primer here and there to spot it, and then we're going to paint this pig. That's kind of the idea. So definitely not painting today because we're still waiting on all kinds of stuff, but really the trunk lid piece and for the latch that we got to weld in there, and then we still have to fix these spots here. But not until all of this can actually lock and latch and do all the things it's supposed to do.
Do a final adjustments.
Just final adjustments and stuff. But I think we're getting in a world here, guys. So, and again, remember, everything on the front of this car is ready to paint. So, realistically, those inner fenders there, all these panels, the splash pans in the back of the truck, they are all wet sanded with 400. They've all been heavy primed. They've all been, you know, blocked out. I mean, we're starting to look like something here. So, firewall's painted. This thing's starting to head in a direction. So, there's going to be a video, a portion of this video where Ron kind of tells you about how he's block sanding right now and what he's using and kind of what to look for and stuff. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to stop talking here and start working and try to get warm. And we'll be back with you here in a little bit, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned and a lot more to come. Pretty good.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit, and you know that's where you have to. Normally I wear a mask to talk, but normally what I'm trying to do here, the factory seam was in here.
YouTube will flag us for music.
The factory seam was here,
right,
where they put these panels together, right down there.
Yep.
And we were trying to make that go away. We will block the whole thing. What I'm using here is just a paint stick with 320 on it. I will cruise this with 400, but it's just a roadmap, and it shows you. As you sand, you'll see your imperfections. They show up. They're the darker spots. So if you got darker spots, guess what? You got to sand them out, and if that don't work, you'll have to skim them. Maybe with a little spot filler or whatever. Depends on their depth. But if they're barely on the surface, but you're getting down, once you start hitting your original primer or bare metal, you got to stop and either put some more primer on it or skim it or do whatever you have to do to continue. And it's just always sand in angles if possible. Never And keep checking your paper because it will clog up, depending on what kind of primer you use. Some primers are better than others. If you're using a good primer gun with a 2.0 tip on a filling primer, it usually goes on pretty good if everything's halfway right. So, as you can see, as I sand, all of a sudden...
You can see where that line was.
Yeah, and it's going away though.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of working it, but I don't want to take it too far, and I keep going out further. And like this circle here, this is what, when they stamped it, you have these little circles. And they're symmetrical on some of these panels, and I'm trying to sand them out. And they're...
Are they going down in a line?
Huh? Yeah.
Across?
Yep.
That's where the fucking...
Don't cuss. But
that's where it's supposed to have the trim, maybe.
It might be.
Because that's about the right size hole.
Yeah. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. I haven't done a 50
It's weird it didn't have the holes in it. That was weird.
Right.
But whatever.
But yet even the doors didn't have it.
Yeah, just the
But you
fenders.
can see here, there's the low spot. There's the low spot. But if you sand it in angles and you put enough primer on, I've got 2 good full coats on here of high built primer. All of a sudden they start going away. There's a limit to how much you can sand out, but you can really get it in the zone. And I keep working further out so I don't screw it up. And then check your paper. A lot of times you can just, if it's not truly clogging, you can go a long way for one piece of paper. And I can even feel it, just a hair there. So that might something I might have to come back to. But I knew where these factory quarters are stamped. That's a.
They do have some imperfections.
They do have some imperfections, and really, just because they're new panels, don't mean they're straight. You got to block them if you want it to look like something. You know, you don't want it to wave to you as you look down the side of it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Ron's been working on up here too, guys. He's been blocking the roof. It's starting to look pretty good. Figure it's only 9:30 in the morning, guys. I mean, we primed it yesterday, so he's making pretty good progress so far. I just got here. We dropped Megan off of work. Traffic was absolutely terrible, but made it back, and now I'm going to start sanding too, and we're going to just knock this thing out. So
another thing I want to tell them real quick is keep, when you're sanding and you're using any kind of block, keep even pressure on it. If you're pushing hard on the, let's say the right side, it's gonna show. Mm-hmm. Just keep your fingers like this and keep even pressure on it. So you're sanding. This paint stick's a little flexible. It's old school. It's very old school, but it works. You don't have to have high dollar stuff to make something straight. You can get this as straight as an arrow with a paint stick and some sandpaper. If you want to take the time. I do have good blocks, but I just, on some of the curved areas, actually this works better for me.
okay.
So, that, I stick with what works.
Well, there you go, guys. It's some tips on block sanding and using a paint stick and kind of old school ways of doing things and all of that from Big Ron. I'm going to put this camera down and get to it, but I'll get you some more footage here soon. Hey guys, welcome back. It is 12:36. We are getting ready to cook some hot dogs. You can see we've made a mess, but passenger or driver's side of the car is looking really good. Big Ron's been working on the front. I've been doing the doors, trunk lid. Ron did this quarter. He's got half the roof about done. We also did the jambs. Got them looking pretty good. So we're getting somewhere, boys. We are getting somewhere. Now the next thing, I say, what we're actually working on right now, I'm doing the trunk lid. You can see where I'm right about here. I gotta still do, but it's turning out pretty good. Can't complain. It feels good, looks good. We're getting there. Still got to do this quarter. Still got to do that half of the roof, but this door is pretty much there. I got to do the up and around, but starting to get there. We'll definitely have this sanded today, the rate we're going, and we're feeling good. And really, it not being 100 degrees is really helping. It was friggin' chilly this morning though, but now I think we're getting closer to 70. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're getting there. I just wanted to show you guys, keep you updated on where we're at on all this stuff. But I mean, honestly, a couple hours and we blocked a lot of shit out of this. So I mean, this thing's probably going to be pretty straight. I know it's going satin black, but it should be pretty straight. I think you could have painted it turquoise and white, black, red, whatever, and it still would have looked really good. So we got a couple little things. We still haven't went around and hit the spot filled or body filled any of the little areas like up here and stuff. But he sanded a lot of it out. But we're gonna hit that probably tonight or tomorrow, depends on where we get. And yeah, we do have a window to paint this. That window is looking like Monday, Tuesday of next week. We're supposed to be 77 and 78 degrees and sunny. Now, what I don't know is if it's going to be, you know, windy as hell. Look at the flag over there just blowing, just whipping. Look at our parts. So if we can get a non-windy, nice day like that, we're going to paint this car. I think we're going to be pretty close. Really, really, really depends on this trunk piece coming in. If that comes in, you know, it's Friday today. That gives us a couple days to get that dialed in. It won't take that long. And then, you know, with the body ready, the hood and fenders ready, I mean, we're getting dialed. So now something else that's happening next week besides Thanksgiving. One of my favorite holidays, which you can, you know, we're obviously not going to be working on Thanksgiving. Our neighbors would kill us. So would my mother and my wife. But turkey run at the Daytona International Speedway is next weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. So we are going to be there. We don't have a booth or anything. We're just going to go and walk around and buy car parts, hopefully for that. For the Apache. I'll be looking for some Apache parts. And if I can find it, some running board covers, new ones for the 40 Ford. And that, honestly, that might not be a bad idea to call early Ford and just have them bring them. But anyway, that's what we'll be doing. So we got a small window, which means we kind of got to bust our butt now, dial this thing in as fast as we can over today and tomorrow. And then that gives him a day or two to get the trunk fitting right. And if we can get it painted before Thursday, before Thanksgiving, that would just be fantastic. I'd love to go to the turkey run knowing this is painted and all we got to do is come back and put it together. And if nothing else, I want this painted. If the fenders and the hood and stuff are not painted yet, I'm okay with that. But if we can get the body painted, so that I can go ahead and start putting the steering column back in, the dash together, all of that, while Ron's painting the parts in a week or so, that's great. You know, it keeps us moving. We can get the door handles on, the locks in it, you know, all the things, the glass in it, you know, it really opens up a door to get some things done, because as you guys know, the holidays are coming and people don't work at Christmas or Thanksgiving. So getting the glass guy here and all those things, I got to start figuring that out, and just dialing this in as far as all of that. But anyway, stay tuned, guys. We're having a blast over here. It's a block party, and I got a lot of footage for you. You guys can see I got a bunch of stuff with Ron talking. I think you probably have seen earlier in this video, and telling you how he blocks and all that, and you know, kind of cool. So stay tuned, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. As promised, we wanted to give you guys an update of where we're at on Don's 1957 Chevy Belair. We had ourselves a block party. So this thing is blocked and pretty much ready. I'm pretty much ready, honestly. There's a couple spots. Tomorrow's going to be going around hitting a couple little things. You guys probably see them here. Just little things. The driver's side turned out amazing. Really happy with how that turned out. Really don't have any issues here other than one little spot right here where on the driver's door where Don has a lift, a 2-post lift, and dented the door right there back a year ago. So we got to deal with that little dent. Really not much else. We're looking good back here. I blocked the trunk, both doors, and this quarter today. Ron did a bunch of pretty much all the other stuff. This quarter had a couple things. There's a small dent, not much, but it's right there that we got to deal with. And we still have the dent right here. See our little road map. See how it's darker here? So we do have that little issue, and well, I still got to do the jam on this side, but that's not a big deal. But the major parts of the car are blocked. Really dialing this thing in. I think I got a little work to do here, just around here, just basic stuff, but we're pretty much blocked. So tomorrow, game plan is get up early, come out here. It's supposed to be cold again, but that's okay. Finish sanding whatever's left. I'll probably do that. Ron will immediately jump on hitting spots. So he's going to start up here in the front and walk around this car. He's going to go through, hit anything here. This is all good. The roof turned out great. Take care of that little dent there. Work his way around the car one more time. Get everything dialed in with spot filler or Bondo or whatever it requires, and additional sanding, whatever that may be. And then the idea here is tomorrow night, before we end the day, to spot prime these anywhere we do any work like that. And then Sunday, the hope is to come out here and scuff up those spots. And then this will be ready. This should be pretty much ready for paint, with the exception of the trunk. Now, fantastic news. The trunk part came in. Let's see if it's actually in the trunk. It is. This is the part we've been waiting on right here. Okay. And it goes something like that, I think. But anyway, that's how it goes. Something like that, maybe like that. Don's got it in his other one. I'll have to look. But long story short, that's what we were missing. It is here. We do have all the adjustment pieces that go to this and all the new everything. So that'll be probably Sunday will be trunk day. Trying to get this trunk just dialed in. And then, yeah, get those welded up. Get this taken care of on Sunday. Get all that done Sunday. And we've got a 3-day window to paint this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Thursday's Thanksgiving, Friday, Saturday's turkey run, and yeah, so that's our window. So we're looking to paint the body. Okay, let's get that straight. The body. Sometime between Monday and Wednesday, okay? Now, what factors we have there? If we need another day on the trunk, okay, we got that, not a problem. All 3 of those days are supposed to be sunny and in the mid to high 70s, which is just good enough to paint. Now, once we get it into the booth outside, you know, it should be warmer in the booth. So we should be in the 80s in the booth or higher, which would be perfect. It won't be 120 in there like it was when we painted the thing, but it'll be, you know, reasonable. We are spraying single stage, high-tech brand, Hot Rod Black. Now we're gonna paint the body first, basically so we don't run out of paint. We have a gallon, which should be a gallon and a half of sprayable material, which should be more than enough to do 2 coats on the body, what you see right here. And actually, we're going to remove the doors. So really, the doors won't be on it when it gets painted the first round. It'll be the body without the doors. Mostly so that we can get the jams and do all of that really well. Once the body's painted, we will bring that right back in the garage. After a few hours, we'll let it sit out there until it's pretty much dry. And then we will bring it in here, let it sit over Thanksgiving, us go, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of thing. And then the idea is either Sunday, rolling into that next week, would be to get the parts into the paint booth, the doors, the hood, the fenders, all the core support stuff, get all that in, get it painted, right? And then we can start assembly. Now I talked to the glass guy today, our local glass guy, about installing the windshield and the back glass, which we have brand new, and we have all new seals and rubbers and all the things that go with it. We talked about the first week of December, which seems like a long way away, but really it's a week away basically. He said no problem, so I will bring that to you. I'll show you him putting in the glass in this. That'll be kind of fun. And so we should be painted glass in it, and us assembling all of this stuff, you know, really in the next week, week and a half. If it wasn't for holidays and some of the biggest car shows of the year and so on and so forth, it would probably happen a little quicker. But you know, we're at the point where November, December, everybody knows you're working around holidays, you're working around parties, birthdays. Seems like everybody's got a November or December birthday. It's just, at least in my family anyway. But that's what we're going to be doing. So a whole lot's going to happen here in a very short amount of time. So be ready for that. And speaking of the turkey run, I'm going to take my camera and everything and video the turkey run for you guys at the Daytona International Speedway. I think that'll be pretty cool. Walk you through the swap meet, a lot of it, walk you through the car show, you know, show you the track, all of that, the pits. Pretty cool. And then we'll kind of do a video on that as well as one of the field trip videos. I think you guys might like that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. Hope you're enjoying all this. We're flying on this thing. Me and Ron blocked steady for about 9 hours today on this thing, but man, we really knocked it out. So really happy with our progress. You know, tomorrow we should be pretty much there on this body other than the trunk. And hopefully by Sunday night, Monday, the trunk's right and we are just scooting here. So stay tuned for all of this. One of these days, whatever day is not, you know, high winds out here, I don't really care about the temperature, but whatever day we don't have, it's not very windy, I'm gonna pull the inflatable paint booth out and put it up in the driveway and clean it and get it all cleaned up from when we painted the thing last time. We just kind of dropped it and rolled it in, so I need to blow it out, probably mop it, wipe it down, so on and so forth, and kind of sterilize that thing. So do that, getting in preparation for next week painting this. So really excited. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow bright and early. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.